Hi, my name is Muhammad Hafizzuddin bin Hariza, and in this video, I'm going to share with you about how the Korean entertainment industry is handling the COVID-19 pandemic and why it works. Okay, before we begin, this video is brought to you by Community Service, University Kuala Lumpur British Mission Institute. Now, let's establish what the Korean entertainment industry really is. It consists of many things, but for this video, I'm going to focus solely on K-pop for the sake of simplicity. K-pop is a section of the industry that heavily relies on the interactions between the artists, which are mostly called the idols, with their fans. The industry's main revenue comes from the fans, which includes fan meetings, concerts, and live shows. Common sense dictates that they should be severely hit by the pandemic, which disallows human interaction. But they did not. Now, what do I mean by this? First, let's take a look at the album sales. GFriend had a 1.4% increase in their album sales in comparison to the previous album. Take note that this album is sold during the pandemic. Dreamcatcher had over 35% increase, and BTS, who had to cancel their concert due to the pandemic, had more than 10% increase in their total sales. Another point I would like to highlight is the stock prices of the three biggest entertainment companies in Korea. On screen, you can see the graphs for JYP Entertainment, YG Entertainment, and SM Entertainment. Marked on each graphs are the beginning of the pandemic in South Korea. As you can see at the beginning, all three follow the same trend of going downwards. But all three are also on the road to recovery, and the pandemic isn't over. Now, how or why is this possible? There are several reasons. My first point is the swift cancellation of events, concerts, and anything that had to do with human interactions. They had no hesitation in doing this, and that's not all. Take a look at this clip. You can see how saddened the artists are when they had to convey the news to the fans. And because of how disappointed they looked, the fans, instead of being angry about the cancellations, did this instead. The fans comforted them instead. Now, this is by no means an isolated event. Here's a clip from RM of BTS ranting about how angry he was that they had to cancel the concert.
미친 사람처럼 막 우라통이 막 위까지 올라와요. 막 갑자기 막 저조정석이 슈랑해요.
Of course, refunds are handled without delay. More on that later. To my next point, artists in Korea promote staying at home, and they do this by example. Nayeon, a member of the girl group Twice, turned on the live streaming application just to ask her fans what to eat, showing that she too is stuck at home. Hongseok of Pentagon had a mini fan meeting in an online game. BTS took it a step further and made a video message concerning COVID-19, how disappointed they are, expressing how hard it is to be without fans, but how all this is essential. Watch this clip.
안녕하세요. 방탄소년단입니다. 의료진과 방역 관계자분들 진심으로 감사드립니다. 저희 방탄소년단은 요즘 익숙했던 매일매일이 얼마나 큰 의미였는지, 관객석이 텅 빈 무대에 서며 여러분과 한 공간에서 호흡하는 순간이 얼마나 소중했는지 절실히 느끼고 있습니다.
보다는 믿음이, 분노보다는 위로가 필요한 때입니다. 저희 방탄소년단도 대한민국의 국민으로서, 세계 시민으로서 여러분들과 함께 지혜롭게 헤쳐나가겠습니다.
Now let's go to my third point. Donations. Some K-pop idols actively donates for the cause. People can say this increases their influence, they want to be more relevant, and yes, they're right. And what better way to be more relevant than to help your country while doing it? IU, a soloist, donated 100 million won as well as 300 units of PPE, which amounts to a total of around 700,000 Malaysian ringgit. Irene of Red Velvet donated 100 million won to the cause, which is around 350,000 Malaysian ringgit. Z from Twice donated to two places, 50 million won to South Korea and another 50 million won to China. Now the next artist is what drives my point. Suga from BTS. Suga donated 100 million won, which is around 350,000 ringgit, to the cause. Now this is as impressive as any other on the list. But what's crazy about this is the reaction of the fans, the army of BTS. Remember I talked about refunds in the video? BTS had to cancel a concert and they were planning to give the money back to the fan. However, some of them decided not to take the refund and donated the concert money towards the COVID-19 foundation. This resulted in approximately 400 million won in donations, which is about 1.4 million Malaysian ringgit. Now, how would this relate to Malaysia? In this country, while not at the same scale, we also have artists, which also have their very own following. Using this influence, they can spread awareness as well as move the hearts of their followers to do the right things. And this holds true to anyone with influence, including social media influencers and politicians. To quote the line from a well-known uncle, with great power comes great responsibility. That's all from me. I hope you enjoyed the video and gained something from it. Stay home, stay safe, goodbye.